Howdy everyone, my name is Silver, and today I wanted to show you 3 easy mounts you can pick up in Ardenweald. The Arboreal Gulper, the Wildseed Cradle, and the Shimmermist Runner. You can loot these the second you unlock the zone, but you do need to be level 60 in order to use the item. Let's start with the easiest one to get, the Arboreal Gulper. While leveling in Ardenweald, you might have come across this item called an unusually large mushroom. This has a relatively low drop rate from any mob in Ardenweald, and it expires in 20 minutes, so once you have it, you need to know where to go. All the way up here at the top left of the map is the damp Loam, surrounded by a load of mobs. Clear out these mobs, plant your unusually large mushroom in the damp Loam, and Humongous will spawn. Humongous has a ton of health, so it's not a bad idea to group up for this one. Alternatively, if you don't feel like farming for the mushroom, look in the group finder to see if anyone else needs help. You don't need to be the one to summon him, and so far the mount is a guaranteed drop, so get it while the getting's good. The next mount is the Wildseed Cradle. This mount is from a treasure that is only accessible by following a small scavenger hunt. You need to find the 5 pieces of Twinklestar's gardening toolkit before they let you see the treasure behind them. I've listed the coordinates of each item in the description box below. The pieces are very small and hard to spot, but they're all relatively easy to get to. This is where you'll find the basket, the hammer, the diary, the flute, and the wand. After you have all 5 pieces, click any of them in your bag to combine them, and then take that item to Twinklestar and Tirnaval. You'll be given a buff that darkens your screen, and you'll see the treasure chest right behind the NPC. Click it, and the Wildseed Cradle is yours. The last mount is the Shimmermist Runner. This mount requires you to sneak through a ton of elite mobs and follow a labyrinth in order to kill a rare mob that will then let you loot the mount. That sounds like a lot, and it sort of is, but the hardest part really is just getting to the labyrinth. Don't feel bad if you die a couple of times. The maze's entrance is in the Oaken Assembly located here. The scariest part here is trying not to aggro all of the elite mobs, but if you take a closer look, you'll find the interactable items called Duskshrooms. Step over one to get thrown into the air and you'll slow fall back down. You'll be given a 1-minute buff that reduces your aggro radius by a large amount. You can get pretty close to these mobs at level 60 without aggroing them, so don't get too nervous. As long as you keep the buff up, you will be safe. Alternatively, you can use any number of stealth abilities or items, but the mushrooms are accessible and free for any class. Now, onto the actual labyrinth. I'll list the Wowhead guide and coordinates below for the correct directions, but trying to follow them confused me more than it needed to. I found it much easier just to look for the gates that had the blue lamps next to them. The Dusksshroom buff lasts for a really long time, and there's a few places to refresh along the way, so don't worry if you get lost and need to find your footing. If you're worried that you took the wrong path, just look at your character model. If you have this faint blue glow around your character, you're doing good. If you take the wrong direction, that blue glow will disappear and you'll need to return to the start of the maze to try again. After all of that, you'll find yourself in a clearing with the mount and a hostile mob named Shizger. He's probably soloable, his mechanics aren't too crazy, but he has a lot of health and does some decent damage, so it wouldn't hurt to bring a friend along. Kill Shizger, loot the Shimmermist Runner standing around nearby, and enjoy your new bounty. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you learned something new. There are a ton of new mounts, toys, pets, and transmog in Shadowlands, and I plan on collecting every single bit of it, so let me know if there's any interest in these kinds of videos. Again, my name is Silver. Follow me on Twitter and on my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I hope you guys are having an awesome time in Shadowlands. So long, everybody.